that we are here together, and then we will see how things will be moving. Tonight, being the 7th of the second month, 2025 business partners. This is where we are. Amazing things are happening, in different parts of the world. There is a shift indeed. People are looking for means and ways that they are able to generate some sources of income for themselves, as individuals. You see, it is what it is, because systems, government structures are failing. And that is just what it is, business partners. And yeah, we'll see as things unfold. And we know that blockchain is the solution for us. So please note that this session is recorded. So we going to then be checking how BTC price has been behaving, and then make some adjustments here and there on our parameters with regards to that, business partners, and not forgetting the commitment that we made to a business partner, Patrick Zulu. I can see he's present already. Welcome, Apostle Zulu. There we're going to be engaging on the matters of the page actually of margin configuration. Margin configuration has two main components. Number one is that one of, or parts actually. That number one is the one of margin call drops, which is when the market falls or when the price reduces or when the price goes down. It means reduction. It means percentage in the negative. So, and we also have multiple buy-in ratios. Multiple buy-in ratios are literally for, they are for the amount of money that the call must go in with. And these are the things that we're going to be looking at tonight, business partners, so that we fulfill our commitment to Apostle Zulu there, so that everybody is happy and he understands those parameters very well, business partners. Now, looking at the market formation at the moment, we all can see that for BTC to have dropped like it appears here, and to have literally made a something that is appearing as though is a U-turn just above the lower band there, it means there is that upward move that is being actually introduced into the market at the moment, business partners. And if we know we are in a bull run, for instance, what is it that pushes, what is it that actually causes the price? What is it that fails the price from continuing to fall and even break below the lower band? Business, oh, this is 15 minutes time frame. I thought I was under daily time frame, but even if it's under 50, wow, this is beautiful. So actually, I'm happy to see what I'm seeing at the moment. This is just to indicate, business partners, that I wasn't online. I didn't actually check even BTC, like it hit 100,000 and 137 US dollars there. This is something that, okay, that is somehow promising that something is going to happen. But hey, it can also be a clear indication to you and I that this area of price moving around 100,000, business partners, it's a serious resistance. For instance, there are people who may actually at this point be so not discouraged as such, but they literally want to change some lanes and shift some gears and think of it manually, that they want to do something to their BTC holding, for instance. They want to re-strategize. And the beauty of Royal Q is that we have parameters fully opened to us as subscribers, meaning that we are able, ladies and gentlemen, to literally edit the parameters at any time. We can adjust the settings whichever way we desire, according to our own ideas and based on the discoveries that we make as we do our own research. So, which is very important. So have ideas, be thinking always whenever there are things that are taking place in the markets and so forth. and re-strategize around your approach and so forth, and which is something that will literally keep us ahead of the game of trading, business partners. The year has begun and we will reach December 2025 by God's grace. And when you reach there, you should look back and be grateful on how actually you did navigate the systems of trading and still getting the best and being more profitable at the end of the day. Those are the things that we'll be looking at. But please, let's check under daily time frame. I was under the impression that we're under the daily time frame, but no. So now I'm going to a daily time frame, business partners. When you check that time interval, it means it takes a day for candlestick to open and to close. So it's a longer duration, so to speak, for intraday traders. Every day we are looking forth to a pump. We want a situation whereby the price literally begins to shoot higher, because the reason why you have bought a crypto asset, it's because you want to see appreciation. You want the value of that particular asset to increase so that you are able to sell it at a higher price or better price, business partners. That is the golden rule of buying low and then selling high, for instance. That's what it is. So now, at the moment, due to the reality of what transpired since the inauguration of Donald Trump in the United States, business partners, on the 20th, where BTC hit all-time high of 109,588 US dollars, business partners. There has never been any price above the one that you are looking at right there. So ever since then, the markets have just been going down like that. And please note that the people who entered the market around that time simply believed that it was the beginning of a pump, immediately after power had changed hands and so forth. But literally, business partners, we didn't get what we anticipated, for instance, soon after that. But it doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. It doesn't mean that at all. It will happen. But the question is, how do you brace yourself? Like, do you maintain composure even during a moment whereby the trend, it's downwards, for instance, where money is coming out of this particular asset? Before Donald Trump's inauguration, there are people who had literally bought BTC knowing very well that it was going to pump. There are people who bought BTC before it was around 90,000, business partners. They literally bought a lot of it knowing that they were going to sell it at a higher price, for instance. By the time when it was around 80,000, they knew Donald Trump was coming forth, and maybe they bought a lot of it knowing that they will sell it at a higher price than that 60, 70, and so forth. Some had their prices around 100K, that at 100K are going to sell. And some of you know very well, leader Rafael Chifana here in Botswana, used to have his price around 75,000. It means he had bought prior to that. And then when it hit 75 and he had 100K, and it was like, 100K, will it ever happen within 2024, business partners? We saw that happen. And it's just like that. And even today, there are people, ladies and gentlemen, who are literally setting targets around 120,000 US dollars, some 130, some 150, and so forth. There are those who are even so ambitious that they think BTC will hit 300,000 US dollars. That's huge. For instance, that's huge, and that will mean that serious money will be released, will be authorized to be pushed into the blockchain industry, business partners. If such actually happens, that will be good news for all of us, business partners, because monies like that will not just be released to be sucked out tomorrow. No, they will be put into the system as a long-term investment. And when such happens, literally, the BTC price will push up like that. In years to come, many people will be priced out. And when a person is priced out, it means, let's say, for instance, BTC will be so expensive that when you trade in Binance, for instance, your first buying amount maybe will need to be around 10,000 US dollars. Imagine if you don't have 10,000 US dollars, you wouldn't be able to trade BTC, for instance, as the first buying amount. Imagine as the minimum amount that you can trade BTC at. So we need to be thinking of such realities for the future, so that we work very hard as we begin to build our crypto portfolio and accumulating and so forth, so that in future you will continue to trade BTC together with big powers of the world and so forth, because of you would have taken it seriously much earlier, actually. And I believe we're still very early, although there are some who think, oh, BTC is expensive, but wait until it becomes 1 million US dollars. What are you going to say by then? When it becomes 5 million US dollars and so forth within our lifetime, business partners, this is something interesting, so to speak. So now we can see under daily time frame. This is beautiful. This is what I love to see, literally. And then after so many days, like for the past, if you're to check, if I'm to count from today, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you know, for the past 7 days, BTC has just been closing below the moving average, business partners. And then 6 days, today it's almost through for us. And you can see that the price has just been hovering around the lower band there. So it means now literally the bulls need to register. They need to let their presence be felt. That is, the bulls need to push the price up. And this is what it is, business partners. So now I'm quickly going to work on what Leader Patrick actually asked in the past, so that we focus or we dwell on the settings page and on the folder of margin configuration, where it's about margin call drop and also multiple buy-in ratio. Business partners, trading, it's all about buying and selling, and that is buying low and selling high. So no matter what happens, our transactions will always involve buying or selling. That is what it's going to be, business partners. Even margin calls are additional transactions of buying. You know, a margin call, it's about buying again. So we have to, when we need to think of the variables, for instance, the variables, like for instance, when you buy, you need to know what you're buying and at what price, for instance, or with how. Yes, no, this is very important. You need to know what you are buying and with how much, for instance. You know, you understand the price, and you know actually how you want to buy that particular quantity or the asset or product, business partners. These are the things that we always need to think around. Trading is that simple. Yes, it's margin call, but literally it's an action of buying again. And then we can buy so many times. Let's get in and then look at our trade settings. I'll just click at create, because we already are at the page of the market, that is those candlesticks there. I will click create again at the bottom, and then business partners. Now we get into the point whereby we can see this is what we call transaction page. This is a transaction page. It means there is a transaction here that we are into, business partners. There is a deal that we have entered into, and Royal Q, it's breaking everything for us in detail so that we understand exactly what this particular transaction entails. Now you can see already the amount of money that is into the position, but what I'm interested in for tonight is the numbers of call margin. Other calls are going to be coming in, but for us, let's check how many calls are there for this particular position. Business partners, we will be going down, and then we have 15 numbers of call margins. You know, they can be more, they can be lesser. Like for instance, we can even reduce them to 11, because we already have 11. If you have to check on top, There's 11 business partners. But if I want to continue to trade on this particular position, it means there must be more money. There must be more money that position number 12 is going to be entered with. You see, we want the robot to take another margin call. It means we want the robot to buy again. We want the robot to buy again. And please understand that when the robot does that, there will be reduction in average price. We are performing DCA, dollar cost averaging. We are managing the cost, the dollar cost of buying this particular asset, so that in a long run, you know, or after we have performed so many transactions, we are still at an advantage. You know, we are not working backward, like we are making progress, business partners. There are people who are busy and they're even sweating, but going nowhere. That is how it is, business partners. And there are so many people, you and I know, who have been busy working every day, going to work for money. And then some, but today they don't have that money. You know, after so many years, some they worked even, you know, for so many years, more than 50 years and so forth. And they've been so dedicated to that routine. But when you check, they were busy, but there is nothing to show literally for that, you know, and that's what it is now. Trading, in this case, using royal queues, parameters, and so forth, enables us to know literally how we're managing our cost and so forth. Hence, we have unrealized P&L here. That is profit and losses, business partners. So now we are able to see those. We're able to gauge our percentage against what the market is doing, according to how much we've put at what price and so forth. All these indicators, business partners, are for our own good, so that when we trade, we don't just thumb suck and throw money into the market. No, we pay attention to every action that we make. It is just as simple as that, business partners. And that is very good to have things balanced for us, so that as we make a move, we know that we have taken into consideration the question of affordability. Can I afford to make another transaction in this situation? And then you look at what you have, and then you make provision accordingly, and you take your margin calls. That is why when you trade, you should know what you are budgeting. You should know what your capital, or the amount of money that you set aside for that particular asset. Like for instance, for this particular account, 6,000 here has been set aside to trade BTC, business partners. So now, but if you are to go, let's say for instance, before we even get to deciding how position number 12 is going to enter into the market, let's quickly check our margin call drop, and then we will learn something there. You see, margin call drop here, business partners, is 5%, and this 5% shows us that it's going to be, as per the current status, it's going to be at around that price of 92,044. I mean, $440 and 80 cents. So now that call margin trigger price, it means the asset Bitcoin will have to be trading at around, or at that particular price of $92,440 and 80 cents for this particular call to be entered into the market by the robot, for the robot to execute this, for the robot to work inside your exchange to buy another quantity of the same crypto asset you are trading. In this case, it's Bitcoin. The robot will buy another Bitcoin when the price of BTC is trading at 92. That will then be the market price. But at the moment, the market price is not 92,000. The market price is 98. So now you can see, business partners, that it will take around, it will take a huge drop, or a significant drop, so to speak, because BTC is a huge asset, business partners. It will take a significant drop for that to literally happen. And that is going to be worked out according to the average price of the previous, or or the last margin call, business partners, which is margin call number 11. If you come to sub bin here, you will know at what price margin call number 11 was entered into the market, which was at 97, not far from where the market is, honestly, $97,306.10. That is the time when position, or rather number 11, margin call number 11 was triggered by the board. The market was trading around, was trading at 97,306 US dollars and 10 cents there. So it's a very important information, because everything in Royal Q is done orderly. So, and as a result, we need to have this understanding so that we know exactly, and we don't just assume, we know precisely how the board is going to handle our money and so forth, business partners. So the board will consider this average price and begin to calculate that margin call drop. Margin call drop. That is the call number 12 will come after the market dropped from $97,306.10 by 5%. When the market drops by 5% from this particular price, which is the average price of position number 11, of call number 11, the 11th call, then the 12th call is going to be placed for us. Business partners, understanding these simple basics will enable you trade cryptocurrencies with this execution platform of artificial intelligence with ease. You will sleep knowing that everything that is important is taken care of by this AI, a super intelligent application that will give you peace of mind wherever you go in life, business partners. You know that your crypto positions are in good hands. It's just as simple as that. And you know that as the market moves, the board will do the needful. And that is what it is. So now, at the moment, let's go and check how much money we have available, apart from the one that has already been committed. Because if you were to check, this money that is here, it's money that has already been converted into buying the asset. And that is why we have the quantity. We have the quantity there, position quantity. So as a result, the remainder is the one that can be utilized to process the additional margin calls, business partners. This is very important. Now let's go and then look at how much USDT do we have for us to continue to buy additional quantity of Bitcoin at the lower prices. Remember, we trade currencies in pairs. The currency at the left-hand side is a base currency, and the one at the right-hand side is a code currency, or a pricing a currency, business partners. So now we are coding Bitcoin according to USDT. So it means at the moment, BTC currently is trading at $98,260 something dollars, or 60 something USDT and some cents there. That is what is happening at the moment. And when we want to buy, we have to buy that BTC with what? With the USDT. And where is that USDT? It is inside your exchange. And let's move one step back and then look at exactly what we're talking about. We're going to get it from the strategy page. This is where your strategy is. Now, your strategy, you can see, business partners, that at the bottom left, the USDT that we have inside the wallet of the exchange. If you are to check at the top left there, we can see that when I click on the drop down arrow there, it shows us a pop-up, a drop down list appears rather, that shows different exchanges and so forth. And then the one that is checked, that is Binance there. It indicates that that's where we trade from, business partners. That's what it is at the moment. So now it means the USDT you see at the bottom there, it is inside Binance. It is inside Binance. And that's the beauty of using AI like Royal Q to trade for you inside your digital bank, your exchange, your money, it's in there. You are the one who's in control of your own money and not Royal Q business partners. Royal Q is just a worker for you, a worker who cannot complain, a worker who does not have what is that? Labor laws, requirements, and all those kind of stuff. I'm just giving an example. A worker who doesn't have human rights, for instance, a worker who works for you even during public holidays or even day and night, who doesn't go to sleep and so forth. And that is the beauty of artificial intelligence, business partners. So the system will be working for you through and through. And for me, that is exciting indeed, to have a system of this nature that is literally taking care of your crypto transactions in real time, through and through, non-stop, with a subscription of 120 USDT. You have this application trading for you for the entire year, business partners. So can you see we have $1,207 there? So we'll just concentrate on 1,200. Let's say $1,200, for instance, just so that we work on what we think we can do for our positions inside the. I'm just thinking now if literally we need to make any changes here or not, because it appears as though the market is pumping. So let's say, for instance, we go to trade setting at the bottom there. When you go to trade setting, you want to check margin configuration. This is where we are at, Apostle Patrick. And this is a place where you give instructions to the robot, the amount of money that you want the robot to buy the coin you are trading for you with. So this is where, remember, in Royal Q, parameters are fully open to us business partners. So now when you come here, you give the robot an instruction how it should be buying for you and so forth. You see? You are the one who will be giving the robot instructions and so forth. And let me just change some of these instructions that are here. This 84 times, it's around 1,000. I just want to reduce it to 10. To 10 times business partners. So always, when you come to margin configuration, I always say business partners configuration simply means arrangement. Arrangement, or how you prepare, your plan and so forth. You see? It's just as simple as that. So margin configuration, it means arrangement of buying at different price levels. Yes, that's it. So, and then the column here is divided into two. The heading of the first on the left-hand side is margin call drop. This is about falling. Isn't that people get frustrated when the markets crash? So Royal Q plans for that. They don't think of taking profit. They think of buying more on this particular page. We are planning for the dip. We are planning for the fall. We are planning for the crash. And we are the ones who are literally dividing the gaps between each margin call and so forth. That's how it is, business partners. So see yourself as someone who's into business and you always want to buy more. Let me give an example. You know how expensive the tasty rice is, for instance. The bag of rice. Let me say that. In South Africa, I would say tasty rice. Although yes, we still have bag. No, I can't even say. Let me not even compare brands like that. So imagine if you hear that tasty rice is now there is a special offer. At your tasty rice that is 200, maybe 200 rand, has now been reduced to 150, or it's 100 rand and so forth. If you used to buy it for 200, now you hear that it's 100 rand. You will go and buy 20 kgs, for instance. You see? You will not just buy 1 kg because you had that which you used to buy for 200 rand, it's now 100 rand. So it means the price has dropped. The price has dropped by 50%, and you will want to buy more of it. You will want to buy more of it. And then how are you going to do that? You will increase your multiple buy-in ratio so that you multiply your money according to your first buy-in amount so that you can buy 2 bags instead of 1. because it was 200, now it dropped by 50%, it went down. You saw the price fall or fell by 50%. Therefore, with the 200 that you used to get one, now you can get 2 bags of that, for instance. Imagine if there is a situation that can cause a retail store to push out their tasty rice, for instance, whereby they cut prices by 50%, simply because maybe they need space or something that is out of their control has happened, and now they need to release their tasty rice. And what you will do, business partners, you will buy more because the price is lesser. So I'm using tasty rice because it's a stable food for many people, for instance. And then as a family man or woman, you know that you're going to feed your family for longer number of months, for instance, if you buy more bags, business partners. If you hear now that thing is 100, it's 100 rand. That thing that used to be 200, now it's 100 rand. It's possible that you can even buy 5 of those bags of 10 kgs. So it means you will even make a bigger purchase. You will use 500, rands to buy 5 bags. For instance, I'm giving an example, business partners. I know in Nigeria they love rice, and they said there's an import. Yes, yeah, import rice is more expensive, and there's also a local rice. Local rice is of lesser quality, and the taste is not that. Can I say? Is it palatable or what, or appetizing or something of that nature? You say the taste, it's different, and the texture and all those kind of stuff, business partners. That's what I had. So people love an import rice. Maybe they are import rice in Nigeria. It's tasty rice from South Africa. So I'm kidding. It's tasty rice even from South Africa to start with. We may be importing it also. So it is for you to do a research there. It's not a big deal, business partners. Now, looking at this, business partners, it shows you that as the price drops, you will love to buy more, but you may not buy with the same amount of money. You want to buy with bigger amount, for instance, so that you are at an advantage. So using an example of tasty rice, I think it's the best, because the demands or the pain of having to make sure that there's always food at home, business partners, to feed your family and so forth. So if you hear that there is a good offer somewhere, due to whatever circumstances, that you can buy bigger quantities or more quantities for less, you will literally buy in bulk, and you'll make provision for the price accordingly, business partners. And that is what it is. That's what is happening here. Margin call drop, it's the percentage with which the price is going to reduce or fall, and then how you're going to be placing your money, business partners. And that money is going to be according to the first buying amount. If your first buying amount is $50, then it means it's going to be 21 times $50. Let's quickly take a calculator and check this together. So now you can check here. 20, let's say 21, look at that, times your first buying amount, which is $50. I'm giving an example. Can you see at the bottom there, it's going to be $1,050, business partners, because your first buying amount will be $50. But if your first buying amount is $12, our famous $12, business partners, it means then the amount of money that will be deducted from your USDT balance, it's going to be 252. It means the robot is going to be using $252 of your USDT money that is inside your spot wallet to buy Bitcoin. That money will be reduced or will be deducted against your USDT balance. The balance that we saw at the bottom here, the balance that we saw on the strategy page, on the strategy page, the balance that we saw here, business partners, that multiple buy-in ratio will determine how much money must the robot take from your exchange inside your USDT wallet to buy Bitcoin. It means now there's going to be reduction from your USDT wallet, and that money will be added here to position amount. The Royal Q will add it here. It's doing calculations for you. Will add that amount of money here to show you that your position amount is increasing. And not only that, but inside your exchange, Royal Q will also increase what? It's going to increase your position quantity. It's going to increase your position quantity. It means money will be taken out of USDT to buy Bitcoin. So your quantity of Bitcoin increases. That is how it is. Your quantity of Bitcoin will increase. And position amount is always there to give you an update of how much of your USDT you have taken out to invest into BTC or into the coin that you are trading. So you always know how much of your USDT, that is position amount, was used to buy the coin, which is BTC that you are trading. And then you can see that BTC here, 0.04685. So that is BTC that has been bought with this amount of USDT. USDT is a stable coin, so you know how much of your USDT was utilized to purchase this asset, which is Bitcoin, that is moving up and down. That is the base currency, business partners. As we go, it move up and down and so forth. It shows us that it's a volatile coin. It goes up and down, giving you and I an opportunity to buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high. And the concept of trading, when you understand trading, you also are going to be a good manager of money. So even when you have money, you won't squander it. The problem, business partners, with government systems is that people always know that the government will give them what is due to them. Or people always know, those who earn salaries, they always know that they will earn another salary month end or next month. So as a result, when they receive the salary, they squander it. They use it they make sure they clean it, because they know next month another salary is coming. So they consume all of it because they know that their salary is coming no matter what. It doesn't matter whether the company they are working for has performed well or not. Their salary will come. And that system is not helping us. That system is not helping us. And because it has also conditioned us to spend, whether things are up or down, we just spend the same way. And that thing actually, it's not fair to human beings. It has made us believe in things that are not true. It means we are literally captured and we've been deceived, you know? But when you take responsibility to spend according to how much you are making and so forth, how profitable you are and so forth, even when you make money, you'll find yourself not spending anyhow, you know? Because you know there are times where things are up and there are times where things are down. And your responsibility is to take advantage of when things are down so that you do more. And for you to be able to take advantage of crisis, you must have money to respond to the demands, you know. So it is just as simple as that, business partners. But salary is just horizontal, it's constant, it's fixed, it's going to be paid. Whether the cost of living, it's increasing or it's dropping. And that's the reason why people always find themselves not having enough money. That is those who do what? Who go into the system of salary. That is the system of government. That is why even today, many governments are collapsing because they can't cope. People are there to take. And if the taking is not happening, they want to change the president. So that they can, a new one can come and bring more provision, take. And that is deception. You know, so we need a system that will be commission based, for instance, a system that will be based on actual work that will have been done, for instance. That's how it is, you know. So it's I believe when you are into Royal Q, it's going to train you to understand that there are ups and downs, and there are moments of opportunity where you literally need to do better and so forth, business partners. And this is what it is. So now think about that. That is why, like, for instance, if you're waiting for a salary, people end up going for loans and so forth because they don't pay attention to inflation rates and all those kind. People don't even pay attention to that. Interest rates, no. They're not interested. My salary is coming, at least I'm working. They think they are safe, but no, they are not. They are not. That is why then that salary, it's not enough because dynamics have changed. The cost of living has increased. The cost of fuel and all those kind of stuff, they build up into, literally eroding your salary and so forth. And before you know it, literally, this planet, you just lose the joy of living, and simply because you can't manage yourself. We don't pay attention to details and so forth. Just like you and I today, who are into Royal Q, we know literally that BTC has been just plummeting, and we know that it was up there, 109,000, and we know that Donald Trump is responsible for that pump there, and then something happened, and we are just bracing ourselves, we're maintaining a composure, and we are okay, we are happy, and we don't spend anyhow, business partners. And even when money is made available, we don't just go. Just like now, for instance, there is money to buy BTC, but it's like we're not going in. We're hoping for another decline, for instance. If there's no decline, call number 11 has to come out. Call number 11 has to come out. And what does that mean? It means we don't use our monies anyhow. We wait for opportune moments and so forth, business partners, and which is something incredible. Now the parameters are fully open to us, and as a trader, amazing things will happen. It's just like that, business partners. So things are happening already. We are excited about trading cryptocurrencies and so forth. I'm of the opinion that there is a better understanding of the difference between margin call drop and multiple buy-in ratio. If you want to, say for instance, you want to come here because this is recorded, we don't want it to take long. Let's say we want to come here. Let's say you want to say, okay, I see PTC where it is and so forth. I want the robot to buy another BTC for me with $200. You look at your first buy-in amount. You click here on that, and then you go down. Let's look at the first. Can you see first buy-in amount is $12. You want to put how much? You want to put $200. So what you do is the amount that you want to put, you divide it by the first buy-in amount, because that's what the robot is going to be multiplying with. Remember, multiple buy-in ratio. So now what we do is simple. We go to the calculator, and then we say, okay, it's $200 that we want to put into BTC now. We want to buy Bitcoin with $200 due to the level that it has dropped to. So now we take $200 and then divide by the first buy-in amount, because the robot works with the first buy-in amount. In this case, is $12. So money to money, you see. Now the robot has the ability to do what? To take the multiple buy-in ratio of 16.6 multiplied by $12. Then that is going to be $200. That is going to be used, business partners. The robot will use around $200 of your USDT to buy Bitcoin because it has fallen to a certain desirable depth or lower low, or and so forth, business partners. So now you're going to buy cheaper. I gave you an example of a tasty rice in South Africa. A lot of families are now reached through that, business partners. So many parents feed their families with that. If you bought 10 kg, obviously, depending on how big your family is, it will pull them through. Because there's other different kinds of stable food like pap and so forth. I'm giving an example. If you hear that there's a 50% reduction, of tasty rice, these things happen even around Black Friday. I've seen people, buying a lot of this. Is it to yes, that's what I've seen. Yeah, that's what I've seen, business partners. It's everything is controlled by price. It's controlled by price. That's why people will make a sacrifice to buy more. You see, is it to stockpile? It is just what it is, business partners. So yeah, now you can see how you get your multiple buy-in ratio. I have to divide the money that I want the robot to buy with, which is according to what is available in my USDT, because you can only buy with what you have. If there's no money in your USDT, whatever margin call that you have will be the last margin call. Wait for the robot to collect profit from there. That is why people who have money don't wait. They put more money. And that is why those who have money always are at an advantage. Therefore, it's impossible. It is important when you come into the business of trading to make sure that you always have money to do more. So in Royal Q, we don't just look at our positions only. We also do passive income. We make sure that from the reward system, we are generating money there to keep ourselves liquid at all times. No matter what happens, you'll always have something to take advantage of the opportune moments that are literally emerging in the markets as it happens. Simply because you are liquid, you will be able to buy better. And those who have the ability to buy and keep on buying are the ones who will always be selling and keep on selling and collecting even bigger profits. So you shouldn't find yourself frustrated just watching the markets perform, but you are unable to buy. So that is why when you become a trader, you pay attention to your money. You know value for money. You don't just move around splashing your money anyhow. Your money is important to take advantage of situations for you. Your money must go and work for you, and not just entertain people, honestly. If you entertain people, it should still be for business. It should still work in your best interest, so to speak, growing your business. It is just what it is, business partners. So this is what it is. And then at the moment on this particular position, we'll just relax because of where the market is. If the BTC pumps, it's okay. Oh, wow, something happened, business partners. Number 11 is out. Can you see it? Number 11 is out, and there is a reduction of the money that was there. But let's check how did that happen. Let's check the candlesticks. Let's check the candlesticks. Let's go to hourly time frame. Even 15 was going to do better. Something happened. This is a new hour, business partners. The previous hour closed bullish and up. Let's go to 15 minutes and say, this is a new hour. We are just 1 minute past, Something happened. The price went up there. This is what it is. The price went up there. I just want to do this. Let me even go to the previous hour to look at it from hours. Look at what happened, business partners. Am I on the correct? Yes, I am. Or the price went up to 98,000. Wow, this is what it is. So yeah, so now one margin call out. So this is what it is. So some profits got collected there, and then this is what it is. So we're going to, and you can see for yourself. Let me just quickly take a screenshot. You can see for yourself, which is beautiful, and that is the joy of having a robot or an execution platform. Business partners, you can see this hour was good. This one we just came out of. That big green candlestick, that's where the profit came from. Even my eye couldn't cope with what happened, but the robot did the job. Real-time strategy. And that's the beauty of doing your trading through an execution platform of super intelligent business partners. This is what it is. Let's stop the recording and then proceed with our Q&A session. Looking at the time, it's Friday today, business partners. And yeah, let's engage